Hey, how are you? Hopefully this video is better than the last one, because the last one really stunk. See, now it's doing it again. Look, it's trying to buffer. Buffering is bad. Anyways, invited Nicole to come along. She chose not today. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Who knows? But anyways, on with the stories. Chicken Little. This one's a little bit longer, so I apologize. And honestly, it's the shortest of the longest ones, and I probably won't do it out of this book again. Again, this is the book, Politically Correct Bedtime Stories, Modern Tales for Our Life and Times. Seems pretty relevant. Chicken Little. Chicken Little lived in a winding county lane surrounded by oak trees. It should be mentioned here that the name Little was a family name and not a derogatory size-based nickname. It was only by sheer coincidence that Chicken Little was also shorter than average height. One day, Chicken Little was playing in the road when a gust of wind blew through some trees. An acorn was blown loose and hit Chicken Little squarely on the head. Now, Chicken Little had a small brain in the physical sense. She did not use it to the best of her abilities. So when she screamed, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!" her conclusion was not wrong or stupid or silly, only logically under-enhanced. That's a good word, under-enhanced. Chicken Little ran down the road until she came to the house of her neighbor, Henny Penny, who was tending to her garden. This was a simple task since she didn't use any insecticide, herbicide, or fertilizer, and also permitted the native non-edible varieties of wildflowers, sometimes branded weeds, to mingle with her food crops. So lost among the foliage, Henny Penny heard Chicken Little's voice long before she saw her. "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!" Henny Penny stuck her head out from the garden and said, "Chicken Little, why are you carrying on so?" Chicken Little said, "I was playing in the road when a huge chunk of the sky fell and landed on my head. See? Here's the bump to prove it." "There's just one thing to do," said Henny Penny. "What's that?" said Chicken Little. "Sue the bastards," said Henny Penny. Chicken Little was puzzled. Sue for what? Personal injury, discrimination, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, torturous interference, the tort of outage, you name it, we'll sue for it, sure. "Good gracious," said Chicken Little. "What will we get for all of that?" "We can get payment for pain and suffering, compensatory damages, punitive damage, disability and disfigurement, long-term care, mental anguish, impairment, earning power, loss of esteem, ... "Person, oh person," said Chicken Little joyfully. "Who are we going to sue?" "Well, I don't think the sky per se is recognized as a suable entity by the state," said Henny Penny. "I guess we should go find a lawyer and learn who is suable," said Chicken Little, her diminutive brain working overtime. "That's a good idea. And while we're there, I can ask whom to sue for these ridiculous bony legs of mine. They've caused me nothing but anguish and embarrassment my whole life, and I should be compensated somehow for all of that." So they ran further down the road until they came to the house of their neighbor, Goosey Lucy. Goosey Lucy was busy teaching her canine animal companion to eat grass so she could avoid the guilty feelings that came with feeding the dog processed animal carcasses from a can. "The sky is falling! The sky is falling! Sue the bastards! Sue the bastards!" Goosey Lucy leaned over a fence and said, "Land sakes! Why are you carrying on so?" "I was playing in the road and a piece of the sky fell on my head," explained Chicken Little. "So we're going to find a lawyer to tell them who we can sue for her injuries and for my bony legs." "Oh, good. Can I come and sue someone for my long, gangly neck?" "You know, nothing really flatters it, so I'm convinced there's a conspiracy within the fashion industry against long-necked waterfowl." So the three of them ran down the road looking for legal assistance. "The sky is falling! The sky is falling! Sue the bastards! Sue the bastards! Smash the conspiracy! Smash the conspiracy!" Further down the road, they met Foxy Loxy, who was dressed in a blue suit and carried a briefcase. He held up a paw to halt the entourage. "And what are you three doing out on this lovely day?" said Foxy Loxy. "We're looking for someone to sue," they shouted in unison. "What are your grievances? Personal injury, discrimination, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, torturous interference, the tort of outrage? Outrage. "Oh, yes, yes," the three said excitedly. "All that and more." "Well, then you're in luck," said Foxy Loxy. "My caseload just eased up, so I will be able to represent you in any and all lawsuits we can manage to bring." The trio cheered and flapped their wings. Chicken Little asked, "But who are we going to sue?" Without missing a beat, Foxy Loxy said, "Who aren't we going to sue? The three hapless victims, such as yourselves, will be able to find more guilty parties than you can shake a writ at. Now, let's all step into my office so we can discuss this further." Foxy Loxy walked over to a small black metal door that was in the side of a small hill nearby. "Step right this way," he said as he lifted the latch. But the black door wouldn't open. Foxy Loxy tugged on it with one paw, then with both. It still wouldn't budge. He violently cursing at the door, its mental abilities, and its sexual history. Finally, the door swung open, and a huge ball of fire shot out. Boom! This was really the door to Foxy Loxy's oven. But unfortunately for him, the ball of fire engulfed his head, burned off every hair and whisker, and left him totally catatonic. Chicken Little, Henny Penny, and Goosey Lucy ran away, thankful that they had not been devoured. However, the family of Foxy Loxy caught up with them. In addition to suing the manufacturer of the oven door on behalf of Foxy Loxy, the family brought suit against the three above-named barnyard fowl, claiming entrapment, reckless endangerment, and fraud. The family sought payment for pain and suffering, compensatory damages, punitive damages, disability and disfigurement, long-term care, mental anguish, impairment, earning power, loss of esteem, and loss of a good dinner. The three birds later brought a countersuit, and they've all been battling in court from this day on. That's cool. All right, so you got a choice: a book, Light in the Attic, or I can read something else I thought was cool. Let's do Light in the Attic. Let's do that. This one's kind of fun. All right, picture time. Oh, look at that, sleeping girl and mean old parents. All right, little Abigail and the beautiful pony. There was a girl named Abigail who was taking a drive through the county with her parents when she spied a beautiful, sad-eyed gray and white pony. And next to it was a sign that said, "For sale, cheap." "Oh," said Abigail, "may I have that pony? May I please?" And her parents said, "No, you may not." And Abigail said, "But I must have that pony." And her parents said, "Well, you can't have that pony, but you can have a nice butter pecan ice cream cone when we get home." And Abigail said, "I don't want a butter pecan ice cream cone. I want that pony. I must have that pony." And her parents said, "Be quiet, stop nagging. You're not getting that pony." And Abigail began to cry and said, "If I don't get that pony, I'll die." And her parents said, "You won't die. No child has died yet from not getting a pony." And Abigail felt so bad. And when she got home, she went to bed. And she didn't eat. And she couldn't sleep. And her heart was broken. And she died. All because of a pony that her parents wouldn't buy. By the way, this is a good story to read to your folks when they won't buy you something you want. I really, really want, I don't know, I need something, probably another drink. All right, I will read this last one because I really like it. And tell you what, I'll donate $1 to some charity if somebody can tell me what this is from. It's really a song, but it's not a song because I kind of speak it, but it's really a song. But I absolutely love it. So here you go. Once upon a time, at the foot of a great mountain, there was a town where the people known as happy folk lived. Their very existence a mystery to the rest of the world, obscured as it was by great clouds. Here they played out their peaceful lives, innocent of the litany of excessive violence that was growing in the world below. To live in harmony with the spirit of the mountain called Monkey was enough. Then one day, strange folk arrived in the town. They came in camouflage, hidden behind dark glasses, and no one noticed them. They only saw shadows, you see, without the truth of the eyes. The happy folk were blind. In time, the strange folk found their way into the higher reaches of the mountain, and it was there that they found the caves of unimaginable sincerity and beauty. By chance, they stumbled upon the place where all the souls came to rest, the strange folk. They coveted the jewels in these caves above all things, and soon they began to mine the mountain. Its rich seam fueling the chaos of their own world. Meanwhile, down in the town, the happy folk slept restlessly, their dreams invaded by shadowy figures digging away at their souls. Every day, people would wake and stare at the mountain. What was it bringing darkness into their lives? And as the strange folk mined deeper and deeper into the mountain, holes began to appear, bringing with them a cold and bitter wind that chilled the very soul of Monkey. For the first time, the happy folk felt fearful, for they knew that soon the monkey would stir from his deep sleep. Then there came a sound, distant at first, that grew into cacophony so immense that it could be heard far away in space. There were no screams. There was no time. The mountain called Monkey had spoken. There was only fire and nothing. O little town in USA, the time has come to see. There's nothing you believe you want, but where you were when it all came down on me. Did you call me out? Falling out of airplanes and hiding in the holes, waiting for the sunset to come, people going home. Jump out from behind them and shoot them in the head. Now everybody's dancing the dance of the dead. The dance of the dead. That's morbid, but it's cool. So yeah, $1 to some charity. I don't know which charity. We'll figure that out later. If anybody can tell me the artist and the song without Googling. Have fun. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow, some other day. Good night, everybody. Oh, still COVID-19 free. Good night.